And I'll start the watch party as soon as you get going.
I can't express to you how important this phone call is to all of us. I need everybody on their A game, okay? Good morning, Mr. Ochoa.
Buenos días, estoy muy ansioso de escuchar lo que ha preparado su equipo.
Un momento, por favor. Please tell me that somebody here knows Spanish. You can take the paper, tuck the sadness inside it, like this, and fold it up tight. And sometimes, when you pause to think about it, the sadness isn't that bad. Sadness is a difficult thing, but that doesn't mean we can't make something beautiful out of it. As a mother of 4 children, 2 of my children needed help. And I was a single parent, and had I had a family like this, would have been really helpful. Well, hello to all of you, my lovely employees. As your boss, I've noticed there's been a little bit of a lull around here, a little bit of a humdrum. So here I am today with some different beers that we will sample. Actually, I'd like each of you to meet my best friend, John. He's going to help us with the taste.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Falcon Air Flight 88.
What's on your mind?
Have you actually stopped to consider that we're dealing with something supernatural?
Sit back, relax.
I'd be lying if I denied it, but I'm still trying to figure this out in the real world.
And enjoy the ride.
If I want to take this plane, I'll just take it.
I don't want to die. Please don't let it have me.
Death is here. It's on board this plane, and it's coming after every one of us. It swallows its victims, it devours them, and they live in its hell forever. And you, my little bitch, are next.
All right, are you ready?
We are.
Okie dokie, guys. Welcome, 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 welcome. Episode 17. Can you believe it?
Woohoo!
Okay, bring us on live. I'm just looking at the StormCrow page. It says the show will begin in 5 minutes, page. There you go.
Oh, you're on a delay.
I forget. Okay, guys, episode 17, man. Can you believe it that we are 17 episodes in? This is StormCrow, Dreamers Talking to Dreamers. That's my co-host, Mark Potter. We couldn't do it without him. That's Lola.
Hi, Lola.
Our special star. We have a great show for you tonight, man. We have Max Cerchi, who's an amazing director. I think he's, 15, 16 feature films that he's shot, and then he has way more behind that as far as experience and stuff as a filmmaker. Then you have my friend Sherrie, who's an up-and-coming actress that's working a lot lately. So we're going to bring them in. Who would you like to bring in first, Mark?
Let's start with Sherrie Prose.
All right, you guys. Sherrie is a person that started a little late on acting because she had a family and a career. But she's been revving up the last couple of years and working on a lot of films and getting a lot of opportunities. She's a beautiful spirit, amazing person, and a beautiful woman. So let's bring in Sherrie. Hey, Sherrie.
Hi.
You look great tonight, by the way.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now let's bring in Max. Max has been, I think he just told me she's shot 16 full-length feature films. And he has a resume that like goes on for like ages. Amazing guy, talented guy. Let's bring in Max. Hey, Max. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hi, guys.
All right. Awesome. You guys, this is episode 17. It's amazing. We have two amazing guests. I have an amazing co-host. We have Lola, the dog. Good dog.
Hello, guys.
I'm going to jump right into it, you guys. We're going to start off with Max. What is a recent project that you've done that is you're very passionate about?
Mine?
Yeah. I know you got a lot. We'll get to the current one and future ones, but what is one that you've done in the last year or so that you thought you had a lot of passion about?
Last year we did 2 movies. We did Mayday with Michael Pare, and then we did Lockdown with Pare again and By Link.
By Link, oh, amazing. She's from the Mel Gibson film, right? Or she got her first.
She's with Richard Gere.
Oh, Richard Gere.
And she was also in Star Wars, The Crow. She did a lot of stuff. So very good actress.
Yeah.
It'll be crazy, but very good actress. So
most artists of any type have some crazy in them. Otherwise, they wouldn't be. They certainly wouldn't be in the film industry. I've yet to meet someone in the film industry, whether it be a gaffer or anyone else, that doesn't have a little bit of crazy going on.
Exactly. But we had fun. Michael Pare, excellent actor. We become very good friends. So it will be my lead in all my movies. Finger crossed. And
well, if you have a good working relationship, why not, man?
Yeah. Actually, he's a friend, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, and maybe I'll talk to him, try to get him in Blade and Blood. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll put you in touch.
But so, how have those films done? Have they received some good response?
Mayday is getting picked up now by a major distribution company. I can't say the name yet, but I will tell you in private. We just finished to sign.
The ink's not dry yet.
Huh?
The ink's not dry yet.
Yeah, no, it's not. We signed the last paperwork yesterday, so I have an NDA, so I can't publicly say.
I hear you. I've been under those. They're
okay, so and it's a good company, so we're very happy to be with them.
How was it shooting those films? Like, as far as I kind of remember both of them. And you worked with my friend Michael on Lockdown, right?
Michael who?
Wainwright. Them in background. When I was in LA, Michael Wainwright.
Wainwright, yes, he's in all my movies as well. He was in Mayday and he was in Lockdown.
Oh, okay, yeah, I love that guy. Me and him met on the set of I think The Mentalist.
Yes, he's really good.
He came to one of my LA birthday parties, and great guy, man, great spirit.
He's great. He's big like this. He's fantastic.
Yeah, he does that. Yeah. He's perfect for an intense villain type.
Yeah, he plays the villain in all my movies. So
yeah, no, of course, dude. That's his little. You just got to look at him and talk to him for 5 minutes, and he's got that.
It's great. Let's do it.
Yeah. I always felt, though, I never worked with him, but I almost worked with him once, and I always felt like for that thing we were talking about at that time, that if he would do wonders if you just reined him in as a director a bit and focused that energy in a direction.
He's really good. I don't know if you watched the trailer for Lockdown, but he played a great villain, and it was perfect.
Yeah, how was the action? Because stunts and action is always a tough haul.
Yeah, we had the stunt coordinator on set, so it was good. So it was good.
Yeah, very good. Okay, let's jump to Sherrie. Sherrie, what is a recent project that you've done you were excited about?
Well, every project is exciting, but I don't have as much amazing stuff as he does.
Well, yeah, but you're starting out, but you've been doing a lot in the last year or two.
I have been doing a lot. The latest project that I'm doing, actually just completed it. I liked it because I like playing the character that has a lot of emotion. Okay, somebody I can connect with, but it's a deep character, like a deep sorrow, a deep sadness.
You were deep diving, Sherrie?
Yeah. In a sea. Exactly.
What was the film about? What was the character?
So the film is about a woman who her son is kidnapped, pedophile, rapes her son, kills him, and she's trying to find out who the murderer is.
So she can exact some revenge, I'm assuming?
So there's some revenge, yes.
Yeah. What's the name of the
pretty
film?
cool.
Is it a short film or a feature film?
It's a short.
Okay.
It's a short, but it's a really good short. It features Greg Thompson. I don't know if you know who he is, but he was in Dawson's Creek. We've become really good friends. And he's
Well, tell him to throw it at Del Weston and AOF. They'll treat him right. Max knows that. Max knows Del.
Yeah.
Well, and they're always very supportive of all their filmmakers. If he didn't already, I'm sure he probably knows who Del is. But if he hasn't, especially because Del now has 83 festivals all under one, so you can submit them to all of them or whatever. I'm trying to get personally. I've been waiting for years for Del to make his own bobblehead, but I still haven't. Because I would definitely have that in my house, man. A Del bobblehead. It would be insane. But yeah, exactly. Del would be a perfect bobblehead candidate. But anyway, okay. So I'll come right back to you, Sherrie. So what, Max, are you currently working on that you're excited about? That's a current project that you're trying to put together.
Well, I have a big budget movie with big action stars, but I can't say anything.
Gotcha.
Negotiating right now. Finally, it's
say something about the theme of the movie.
It's another airplane movie. They watched my Mayday, so they like the idea. I had another screenplay called Backlash, and I showed to them. They loved it. They say, we want you to do this with this actor, but we have the actor only for 2 days. Can you do it? Yeah.
Is it? Hopefully, he's not the lead, right?
He's the lead, so I have to shoot.
So you're going to shoot a feature-length film with him as the lead in 2 days?
Wow.
My respect for your skill sets is insane, man.
That's all the scene I have with him.
Are you going to not sleep for 2 days?
I have 32 scenes. I don't know if you guys can see. 32 scenes, which are this, and I have to do it in 2 days. So 16 scenes
in 2 days.
Pretty much close up and master shot of each scene, and we pass to the next, and then after the guy's done, we shoot.
And then hopefully you find a really good photo double to shoot a bunch.
I already have it. Yeah. It's
and then have to go far away.
It's a $2 million movie. 1 million is for him. The other million is to do the entire movie, and I say yes because I can't say no. After 25 years in the business,
work is work, man.
Okay, I'll do it. So
yeah, work is work.
Yeah, work is work. So now the
fact is, it could lead to other things that are more,
exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, but still, 32 scenes in 2 days, man. I mean, your AD team is going to want to shoot themselves, man.
Of course, like in all my movies, they want to shoot themselves, and me. So but it's doable. It's 16 scenes a day, so it's doable.
I think the most I ever shot on one of my short films was something like 8 scenes in one day, and that was
I do 8 every time, but we do the complete scene. With him, we just do close up and master.
Yeah. You go in for coverage, and then a wide, and then.
And we shoot all the.
And then have a photo double for the rest of the 5 weeks that you're shooting.
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2. Oh my God, you're gonna shoot it, man! I would not want to try to roll that, dude.
All my movies are 2 weeks. All my movies. So
I think for Blade and Blood, I plan more like 7 weeks, 8 weeks to try to shoot it. But that's also post-apocalyptic, cyberpunk, a lot of costuming and
locations and blah blah. Me, I just have one location.
But that's insane. I respect you greatly. That's a big.
All my movies are always 2 weeks, and 1 or 2 location max. So max.
Yeah, I mean you have to do that if you're going to try to shoot it in 2 weeks. You can't be moving.
Exactly.
You just can't. One location. All there.
One change of clothes. The entire movie is 1 day.
All happens in like a day.
So it's doable. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
And
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we have something like 12 locations or 10 locations, 12 locations on all interior though, easy gets houses and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But no, that's insane, man. That's
Yeah.
My other mode.
when you get done trying to do that in 2 days, man. I'm gonna like let you sleep for 2 days and then
I'll be in a coma. You know,
He's gonna hibernate.
I'll be like,
that's gonna be
in the hospital.
Yeah, you'll have to like tell me any of the tricks of the trade that you had to make up and create just to get that done.
I'm just a horrible person. No, I'm joking. No, my crew is two people.
I know a lot of people that know you, and all I've ever heard about is how great you are to work with. So
I have to send you the PayPal later.
like making a lot of payments to a lot of different people, like in retrospect, and say, "Hey, say I was great. That was great." But no, but you know how Hollywood works. If someone's difficult, no matter how big they are, it'll get out. Someone will say something to someone.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, we talked about this. I did for 8 years. I worked on every TV show and feature film you can probably work on in LA. And unfortunately, I would say there was more difficult people to work with than there was smooth people to work with. My biggest hero, though, was probably Eastwood. I worked on 4 of his films, and that guy is so big on respect for everybody, respect.
Oh, of course.
I saw ADs who I worked with on other shows who were not very nice people, but then they were on his movie and they were like, "Thank you, please." So you can tell that goes from the top down.
Treat everybody like you want to be treated. It's very
exactly, and that's an age-old adage, and it should be an easy thing to follow. But for some reason, a lot of people seem to have an issue with trying to hold to that.
Less famous, more attitude. It's always that. So,
yeah. I mean, to me, that's the first meeting I would have on any of my films is, hey, I'm big on respect. Treat everybody. I don't care if it's the crafty guy, the background, the janitor, whoever the heck it is, man. Everybody gets treated with respect.
That's absolutely true.
Because otherwise, it just creates negative energy on a set, and it's affecting your product.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, but anyway, Sherrie, tell me something that you got coming up soon that you're excited about. I know you've got some kind of project sizzling on your plate.
I have a lot of projects coming up, but most exciting, I'm going to LA soon to meet with a casting director. So that's what I'm most excited about right now.
Oh, you have an audition soon. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm hoping to meet an agent.
Oh, okay. You have a meeting. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very beautiful. I'm having actually a director's reel done right now, and then I'll probably be doing the same thing, but from a directing standpoint as opposed to acting. But I'm happy for you because I know where you started and when you first had that passion. You've been on my page a long time, and I know the passion you've had for a long time, and I've seen you steadily step towards it constantly. So that's half the battle in this industry is people that want something. They got to go and every day put effort and action into making it happen. And a lot of people don't. They talk a lot, but they don't do it. But I've seen that you do it. You take your classes, you go to auditions, you're pursuing it nonstop. And I've seen it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you guys just keep moving and jigging and
keep moving and jigging. I mean,
I have one movie where he dances a jig.
Coming up. I have a movie with Joseph Manera, another one in New York. There's just lots of things going on. I'm really excited about.
That's awesome. The only thing I got going on is I'm contemplating getting nipple rings, but you know, that
why are you
know me if I do it, but you know, and at 48, nipple rings might be a bold move, but
I know, I feel you.
Yeah.
I just had a birthday too, JD.
What'd you say?
I said I just had a birthday too.
I know, yeah. You are. Wait, you're right after mine. Or no, wait. What's today?
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy belated birthday.
Happy belated birthday. I like to. I'm in that realm. I'd like to start celebrating my unbirthday.
Your unbirthday?
I just celebrate all month.
Yeah, every day. 360. You have 364 unbirthdays, and you only have one birthday.
Right.
I think the Mad Hatter is onto something, man. But anyway, okay. So Max, what do you have coming up in the near future besides the film we talked about with that you're going to shoot in 2 weeks? I'm sure that knowing you and have talked to you before, I'm sure you have a little list of things you want to do a year or so.
Hey, you know me very well.
Yeah.
See, I never get a close-up. Only Sherrie gets the close-up.
No, you're close up right now. I don't control that. That's Mark, man, and that's Mark.
You have to move closer.
I have to have breasts, so I don't. So,
Yeah, I think Mark controls that. I don't know what he does.
No, okay. Oh, yeah.
Because
No.
for some reason, he always all of our guests. He's always close up on the girl with cleavage. I don't get it, man.
I don't understand either.
Stop.
I don't understand either. It's so weird. I don't know why.
Especially because periodically his woman comes in and smacks him upside the head. So
He's right there. She's right there.
Yeah,
I know.
go get her. Okay, so wait, back to what we were talking about. What do you have on the docket?
I have a horror movie called Seance. It's on my Facebook. I got a small budget and I need 3 actors with good stats on IMDb, at least 5,000. So I already got all 3 of them. So now it has to be approved.
I don't remember you doing a horror. Have you done a horror before?
I done 12 horrors so far. So,
I think it's because I only started being friends with you maybe like 3 years ago.
that's correct. When I was doing action.
During this time, you were doing the Michael Pare stuff. So
that's correct. That's correct.
type stuff.
I started in 1994. So, yeah. I'm old. Good for me.
Yeah, I was already like 83 at that time.
I was 105. Yeah.
Yeah. Because when I was a kid, I was just excited that we had like moved out of caves, we had fire, we learned how to do
Fire good.
stuff.
So you invented the wheel.
No, I didn't. It was this guy named Poindexter who lived down the street, man. But he was amazing, dude. But he taught me how to do the yabba dabba do and do the
running.
The little foot pedal. So what's the thematic of this horror, Max?
It's one location. It's a house. A couple lose a child, and they communicate with the child with a special machine. I don't want to use the classic Ouija board, so I came out with a machine that when you find the right frequency, you can talk with the dead. And of course,
cross between frequency and poltergeist.
That's perfect. 100% on.
Yeah, because I love that movie, Frequency. That was a great movie with.
Me too. I loved it. Really good. So this machine is very weird. It's like in a wooden suitcase, and they open it, and there are a lot of jigga-majigga and thingamabob and things like that. And see how the close-up goes very quickly.
Yeah.
And
so, what is a dream actor that you haven't worked with that you would like to work with?
Well, Michael Pare, I wanted to work with him for a long time, and then thanks to Jim Wynorski, I don't know if you know him, the director, he's done over 200 movies with Concord, so it's a very prolific guy. And through him, I was looking for a lead, and he said, "Well, why don't you use Michael Pare?" I said, "You know him?" So yeah, I worked with him in like 10 movies. Like, great. So I called Pare. I said,
well, that's how it works in the industry, man.
That's how it works. I said, I'm a friend of Jim. I say, send me the screenplay. Send him the screenplay. After 2 hours, he called me. I'm in. It was for May Day. It's like, great. So we met, we had lunch, we became friends, and he gave me very good rates. So I can't complain. Another actor I wanted to work with is the one that I was called to work with in the big action
the
movie.
one you can't mention, yeah.
I can't mention it, yeah. But it's him. So I was like, oh, cool. I was like, that's good for me. Hope he doesn't hate me. I was like, good for me.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges is probably the one actor I would love to work with that I think is
Jeff Bridges, yes.
Yeah, just insane, dude. The Big Lebowski is probably one of my top 5 movies all time. It's because it had comedy, it had drama, it had action.
Everything.
It incorporated. And the Coen Brothers are very hit and miss for me. But that film,
same.
That film was, and then No Country for Old Men I thought was really good too. Fargo, I fell asleep in like 20 minutes, but you know.
And the new one on Netflix too, the Cowboy Stories. Terrible.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're very hit and miss. That's why I never really quite mention them in my top 5 like inspirations or whatever. Because those guys, I want more of a consistency. Like Tarantino to me is very consistent.
I don't like him.
You don't like him? Yeah.
He copies all the movies. He copies all the movies from Japanese movies. So frame by frame.
Well, and Leone, he's very heavily influenced by Leone, I think. But
yeah, but his first 2 movies are frame by frame copy from Japanese movie, frame by frame. And
I've never seen it. I wouldn't. Probably most people wouldn't have seen it, so they wouldn't know the.
Reservoir Dogs is frame by frame of a Japanese movie. I can't remember the title.
He taught himself by watching movies, so I'm sure he probably.
Yeah, one thing is watching, one thing is copying, though. If I
and then Del Toro, I love. His cinematography is always insane. The colors and schematics and lighting and everything is always insane. Then Leone and then Terry Gilliam is another one because I grew up in Time Bandits and Adventures.
Of course, me too.
Yeah, me and you are, I think, around the same age. So,
unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, we're both 183, man.
185.
No, that's amazing. So, okay, let me ask you, Sherrie, what would be a director that you would love to work with that you haven't already done so?
You're gonna hate me because I'd probably say Quentin Tarantino.
No, there's nothing. I love Tarantino.
There he goes.
Doesn't mean. I'm sure there are people that Max love that are probably not my favorite. Everyone has.
No, I understand.
Like the same crap. It would be a boring world.
Of course.
Margot Robbie would be fun to work with.
What now?
I'd like to work with a female, like Margot Robbie.
Oh, you're an actress. You're talking about an actress that you would like to work with.
She directs though, also.
Yeah, I don't think she's directed though. But Margot Robbie, I do like. She's a very interesting actor. She's on that verge of like lead lady, and then she mixes a lot of kind of character actor type skill sets with.
Well, she directed I, Tonya.
Obviously, when she's what's her name, the Joker's girlfriend, whatever her name is. Oh, there you go. I think they're doing a movie right now, a featured movie called Sirens, that has her as Harley Quinn, and then just females of DC Universe or whatever. So it should be interesting. And I think they're also making, which I'm looking forward to, the Dark Universe or Dark Justice League, which has magic type guys in it.
Right.
Well, they're also doing Birds of Prey right now.
No, that was
2020.
it. Right. That was it. Yeah. Actually, if you haven't seen it yet, Titans, I thought was actually pretty interesting. It was like their attempt to compete with Netflix Marvel, and it was like rated R Robin. It was like Robin, like with cussing, nudity, violence, killing people, slaughtering people. It was pretty interesting.
But which Robin is it going to be? Is it Dick Grayson?
It's Robin. It's the original Robin, right before he becomes
Nightwing.
Yeah. But that's insane. But anyway, so you gotta just go after that, Sherrie. Keep doing what you're doing, and eventually all goals can be achieved. Well, unless you die, then you're probably not going to achieve it. You can walk out tomorrow and get hit by a plane or whatever, you know. But
knock on wood.
knock on Formica, yes. Well, it could happen, you know. You could get hit by a. Yeah, you got. Just keep doing you, Sherrie. Keep chasing and keep taking classes and keep trying to up your skill sets.
Watch out for planes.
Writers, they asked me what's the key to writing, and it's the same thing an old geezer told me when I started writing. Yes. Write a lot, read a lot. 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 Same thing as a filmmaker to me. Watch a bunch of stuff, shoot a bunch of stuff. Watch a bunch of stuff, shoot a bunch of stuff. You know, I mean, it's not rocket science. If you want to do something, you better love that.
I appreciate that.
Films, you better love watching films. And if you want to write films, you better love reading a lot. I don't know if I would really respect anyone that says they're a writer but they hate to read. I don't know if I want to read their writing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you know, doesn't matter what you read, but it's part and parcel. If you want to act, you got to act a lot. You go to class, do all that stuff.
Common sense. Common sense.
Yeah. Hey, but common. What the old adage? Common sense isn't too common.
Yeah, it's uncommon.
It's uncommon. There we go.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we talked about that. So Max, what is there a now me, I have scripts that are all over the place as far as genres, and it seems like that's your style too. You don't have a niche, you have like a bunch of different scripts that cover a bunch of different genres. Did you come up though in your first stuff as a horror?
Yes, I started in '94 with a movie called Satan Claus, and we sold it every Christmas. So that thing, you know, went well for the time. Went well. Then with a couple of other
there are directors that stay in niches.
Yes. I move because
horror
I'm
like literally horror after horror after horror.
I'm a movie whore, so whenever they pay me for, I'll do it. You know, tell me I want an action film, of course, action film. I want a horror movie.
High call escort filmmaker, dude. You're not just a simple street corner horror man. I don't even think those exist anymore. Now they just call them dating apps.
Escort. All right.
Yeah. Now there's no street hookers on street corners. They're in dating apps.
All right.
Yeah.
On the phone.
Yeah. They're like, my name's Flo. I live down.
Text me.
Yeah, text me. Exactly. Oh my God.
No, I do pretty much. I do what the market is looking for every year. You know, if you buy the Hollywood Reporter, especially when there is the American film market, they'll tell you what's the trend, what sells. So for many years, horror was not selling, and that's when I switched to action. So right now, horror is selling again. So now I'm doing a horror, plus I'm doing the action, you know, the big budget.
See, most of my stuff is action, but just different kinds of action. So like this one's a post-apocalyptic sci-fi horror-ish action, but then I have superhero, dark superhero stuff. I have Western. I have, you know, different.
Whenever it sells. And the Western right now is not selling, so I'm not suggesting you do a Western right now.
Yeah.
But post-apocalyptic.
I want to write it. I think if you write it well enough and if you shoot it well enough, you'll be able to get it done. Man.
Yeah, but they're not buying it. There is a friend of mine who did a TV series it's a Western TV series. They did a pilot, and I proposed to a couple of distributors that I know. They say, no, right now, Western, we can't take it. I was like, okay, very good. So, you know, very easily I back off. So, you know, I
can hear you. If you're like someone that's already made someone a ton of money with something, that starts. And I'm experiencing that right now. The first one is always the toughest as far as the money.
Of course.
For yourself.
I'm still looking. I spend more time looking for the money than shooting a movie. So.
Yeah, I know. Wait, someone else said that. A big director said that. Wait, I forget who. One of the Scots, maybe one of the. I forget, but he said the same thing. I spend all my time when I'm not shooting a film trying to get money to shoot a film.
Exactly. This is the only business when you work, you have to work more to get more work. So yeah, so that's. Yeah,
and then this is why, like, you know, I don't know if I'm right, but I always try to tell young film writers to write their stuff with. Whether it goes that direction or not, at least have it in your mind to write it as a franchise, write it as in a way that people see multiple avenues of monetary compensation from
But they don't think that way. They think I'm an artist. This is the best screenplay in the world. I need $20 million to make it. I cannot make it less. That's the attitude nowadays.
Leave it open.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Yeah. I mean, I have bigger budget, but I don't believe in bloating budget. So I believe in respect your investors' money like it's your own, and while still trying to make the best product you can make.
Oh, of course.
Wisely, respectfully, always have an open book, accounting book for.
Oh, of course.
At any time or anywhere they can come in and look. That to me, that was one of the things that made Tarantino when he first started. Is the first 3-4 films he was like that. He was very always went under budget, always shot great stuff, always respected.
Was.
Not only were they making money off of it, but then they were looking at him like, oh, he respects my money. He's not blowing my money.
Of course.
Thing when I worked as a stand-in and all that stuff in TV that I just saw over and over, especially in TV, they just blow money left and right like it's no tomorrow, man. I mean, they could shoot all the stuff I was watching them shoot for a tenth of the price that they were shooting it with.
Oh, of course, they don't care. You know?
Yeah, and I just think that that whole mentality is horrible, man. But anyway, okay. So what we're gonna do now, you guys, we're gonna take a 5-minute break. Okay, we're gonna let our guests take a piss, go get a beer. You know, like me, I can take Lola out for her to do her business, and then we'll be right back, you guys. The second half of our show, we're gonna do a roundtable about life. But I'm gonna give you the question I always give everyone at the second half, beginning of the second half. What is the best film you've seen in the last 2 years and why? That'll be the first coming off of the break. But you guys have been watching StormCrow, Dreamers, talking to Dreamers, episode 17. We're killing it. 2 amazing guests. And Mark, can you play some more of their stuff during the break?
Okay. So, well, I mean, I can. Yeah.
Max is trying to say no because he feels like his power is overwhelming people.
Well, I was gonna play it at the end.
They want the thunder. They want it. They want the storm of Max in his films.
Poor people. Okay. Well, okay, thank you.
Okay. So Mark will play a little bit of that, and then we'll also end out with it. And then I'll see you guys.
I don't have that much content.
Huh?
I have enough content to walk out with.
Okay, dude, I don't want to hear about your intimate moments, your solo moments, Mark.
Oh my God.
Go to the film stuff, man.
No, I have
the
enough.
audience out there doesn't want to hear about your secluded moments with Vaseline. Okay.
No.
What?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I'm kidding. I love you, Mark. Don't
No, I honestly don't have enough content for break and walk out.
Already played it.
Just put it in a loop. For 5 minutes.
Put it in a loop? Okay.
And then I'll be back. We'll be back in 5. You guys, love you all.
Just you and me, Mark.
Oh no, I'm about to leave.
Testing and ask you a few questions about the beer. Hey, about time you called. Did you get the money? Alicia? Contéstame. Sorry. For what? ¿Qué pasó? Listen to me. Please just come home. Escúchame. Gordo y Ángel, they need you. They need their tía. Alicia. Please just come home. Oh, hey.
Morning, ma'am. My name is Sherrie and I'm from the...
You can save the song and dance. Can I just have the paperwork, please?
Sure thing.
Alright, so... Wait, I think there's an error here. This says allergen-free. I didn't order allergen-free. I think it's the wrong order. Yeah, it says over here. Allergen-free. You're not going to charge me extra, are you?
Can you call it? Oh, I think I gave the other package to the party people.
Are you kidding me? Do you know how dangerous that is?
In nome Patri, Filii, Spiritus Sancti. Amen. can I help you, officer?
Surprise.
This is FBI Special Agent Roger Kincaid.
I will start killing these people one by one every hour. You got that, amigo?
A rapist. A serial murder. And a paranoid schizophrenic. What a fucking mess.
I'm in charge. Do the Senate. We can't make it. It's over. See you in hell.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I think my website guy did those just to try to put stuff.
All right.
Okay. His name is Jackson.
All right, so we are back. So I played Lockdown. If you didn't see it,
I saw it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys, are we back on, Mark?
Yes, we are.
Okay, welcome back, you guys. Again, StormCrow, Dreamers Talking to Dreamers, episode 17. It's been amazing so far, and we're going to continue the journey. We're going to start with Sherrie this time. What is the best film you've seen in the last 2 years, and why?
I wish you weren't asking me that question. I try not to have favorites. I don't want to have favorite actors, favorite directors, favorite films.
It's not a favorite, but I mean, there's got to be a film you've seen in the last 2 years that you really love.
I can't
I'll tell
pick a
you,
favorite.
you know what the answer out of like half our shows has been Black Panther.
Oh God!
Like half of our guests out of like 16 episodes.
I mean, yeah, that was a film.
Huh?
God.
Okay, go ahead. I'm waiting, Sherrie. Go. Come up with
I
one.
don't have a favorite. I'm so sorry. I don't have a favorite.
Okay,
and
what is
I
it?
don't watch films more than once because there's so many films to watch.
So I'm assuming you like Suicide Squad because that's got that actress you like.
Yeah, that was good. But I don't have a favorite. I'm sorry. I'm boring.
Everybody's got a favorite. Come on, Max. Hit me with a film you've seen in the last 2 years you thought was great.
Well, actually, it's a series. It's called The Alienist. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Aliens? As like the movie Aliens?
No, The Alienist. It's really good.
Alienist.
Yes.
Oh, wait, I haven't seen it, but I think I saw some promos for it. He's like
It's really good. There is my friend Michael Ironside in it, playing J.P. Morgan.
Oh, I love Michael Ironside.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine, actually.
Yeah. I grew up on his villainous.
Me too. I met him actually last year through Michael Pere. So he's a very nice guy, you know.
And I'm trying to remember, I think he was in the movie that gave me nightmares for years because my dad took me to see it because he didn't want to pay for a babysitter and I was only 7. And I think it was like Saturn III.
Oh, yes.
With Sherrie Prose. And like I'm 7 years old and here's a robot that's walking around with Michael Ironside's head on top of it. And he Michael Ironside's body. And then it was the first time I had seen a full grown-ass woman naked. Because there's a scene in there where Fawcett is like butt-ass naked. And I remember having nightmares for like days about killer robots with like severed heads on top of them.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yes, Michael Ironside was in it. Yeah. I'm looking right
And he's
now.
in the series Alienist?
Yes, he played J.P. Morgan. Very, very good. I was
Like the
distracted. Yeah, the banker. I was distracted. Then I heard his voice. Like, is this Michael Ironside? Then I look at the screen. I was like, that's Michael. So I didn't know. So of course I took
very, very distinctive persona.
very distinctive voice. Yes.
Charismatic, very present, a lot of presence. See, this is what I sometimes miss in today's Hollywood is when actors got jobs because they had an extensive background in acting. They had a gravitas to them. They weren't models. They weren't, just stunt athlete guys that can do stunts. They were like, thespians with heavy gravitas in their presence. The Gene Hackmans, the Dustin Hoffmans, the all those guys.
By the way, I can't see myself on the Zoom thing. I still see the white screen.
Turn your video off and turn it back on.
Hold on. I'm
It
still.
happened once before. If you turn your video off and then turn it back on, you should probably be.
I am in the white zone. I can't see myself.
At least you ain't in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, go to the little video thing down on the bottom left screen and hit stop video and then start video.
No, there is nothing whatsoever. I am in the white zoom, and that's it. Hold on. Let me do some magic here. Let's see if I can.
Are you sure you're just not in the wrong window?
Nope. Hold on. It's charging again. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, here I go. And
Yeah,
here
it's
again.
good.
Magic.
And then nowadays you have a lot of actors that are brought in more because they're model looking, really good looking, and with very little acting experience, or they're an athlete, can do stunts.
Yeah, or their Instagram. Whatever
Yeah. Oh my God, that was the. Someone said straight out said the girl that plays the Phoenix in those Fox X-Men movies. She said that she got, was it either that role or the Game of Thrones role she got, and she straight up said the other actress, she didn't name the actress, the other actress that she was competing with for the role was a better actor than her, but she got it because she had way more Instagram followers.
That's the sadness of the business right now.
Yeah,
now people waking up in the morning and buy a camera. I'm a director now, so so it's.
Yeah, I mean, see, I'm totally against that. Like I studied. There's a reason my first short won awards. It's because I literally was like studying lighting directing for like
of course
years before I shot my first thing.
Of course.
And I see these kids now, they just grab a camera and all of a sudden they're Scorsese. Or they grab a screenwriting program and they're like, all of a sudden they're like this brilliant writer. And I'm like, dude.
Of course.
I'm like, right, I've been writing like you. I've been writing for like almost 30 years, man. I mean, like.
Yeah, but, you know, their idea is original and they need $20 million to make it, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going for more like 600, 700K to shoot this.
I want to go for 100 grand if they give it to me. I'm going for 100 grand if they give it to me. I'm like, thank you so much.
Yeah, and for some reason, I throw a lot of imagination, costumes, over the top characters, so it's hard for me to try to buckle it down any further than that.
I have to write.
You're actually at 300K, but I have producers tell me anyone's going to want name actors, and that's going to knock the above the line and below the line. Both.
Of course.
So
I write based on what I have. I do the opposite. For example, I have a plane, so I write a story based on the plane, and you know.
You have access. You write based on what you have access to.
I have to
believe me, all my short films, I had an average budget of like $900 to shoot my short films. You know what I mean?
I had zero of my first short film, so I understand.
Yeah, so you know, but what you can't create is you can't buy imagination or writing.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I had one advantage. I've been already writing for a long time, but yeah, I mean, it's just the way it is. Now, Mark, I know you. We're gonna go early on you, Mark. What's your question for our guest? We usually save you till towards the end for your question, but we're gonna hit the question, the Mark Potter question, and it can't be about Star Wars.
Oh shit!
It can't involve your lightsaber.
I have one. I do have one.
Okay.
Okay. If you could go anywhere around the world, and it's not what you would dictate as a place, but if you could go anywhere around the world that is backed by history, like, for example, the Stonehenge, where would you like to go? Let's start with Sherrie.
Damn.
I know. Who would have thought on a talk show that there's questions?
Anywhere around the world, not a particular place that's backed by history?
Well,
yeah,
like
the Colosseum,
the Taj Mahal.
A wealth of history at that
in the world, or could it be in the universe?
Well, it could be anywhere. I mean, you could even go to the galactic universe if you wanted to.
Yeah, but I mean, let's talk a little bit of practicality. Like, it could feasibly happen.
I would go even further. I would go out of this world.
The backside of your anus. Yeah, I'm gonna like.
Tales from Uranus.
You don't make you feel stupid.
Oh, I forgot this talk show's PG. Sorry.
I would go I would go into the universe. That's where I would go.
You would go where?
Into the universe.
The universe is a vast place. Could you narrow it a little bit?
Well, I mean, I don't know how vast it is.
What galaxy?
That is, right?
Although that does sound like a Beatles song. Are you referencing?
Just go way out, like way out there.
Are we talking fifth
not
dimension?
To the planet, just like way out there.
So we're talking seventh dimension.
Are you talking about like the planet Vulcan? Is that what you're talking about?
No, because someplace that you don't know about.
Is there going to be like togas there? That's what I want to know.
What's that?
Is there going to be togas and kegs there? That's what I want to know.
Well, there better be beer if it's my planet, my universe.
Okay, Max, what's your answer to that question?
I just want to go like where I came from, somewhere out.
It's all right. You want to disappear into a Beatles music video. I understand.
No, it's because you know I'm Buddhist, right?
I didn't know that, but that's a good system.
And so I just believe that we're part of the universe. So that's where I want to go.
Yeah, that all are one and one is all. Yeah, I hear. And the basic tenets of Buddhism.
That's where I want to go.
They share a lot of not super much, but they have some of their basic tenets are also shared with Druidism, the old Celtic belief system. Which is why the Celtics got their rear ends handed to them by the Romans, because the Druids would let them like all come in and preach.
I'm very well traveled. I've been to like 35 different countries.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I'm I mean, if I could say one place I would go back to for sure, like Greece or Turkey, is just beautiful. Turkey,
Well, and especially
Yeah,
both
not Turkey.
Greece, yeah,
Well, let's
the
make
Mediterranean, Portugal. You
and
laughing at Portugal?
Greece
Have you
and
been
Turkey
there?
both are like some of the most oldest empires there were, basically.
You really need steps. Really,
So
have
I'm
you
trying to
been
work
there?
on
When
making
was
it
that
down to
last time you
7-Eleven on
went
the
there?
corner, personally, but I've never left my house in my life. I'm like the Emily Dickens.
Oh my God. Like
JD
the Welcome Care
Glasscock
all
is
over again.
Emily Dickinson 2.0.
Wow.
Sad, JD. That's really sad.
All right, Max. Where would you like to go if you could go anywhere around the world?
I would like to go back into medieval times, just to see how they were living in real, not what we know from the history book, but just day-to-day life, where you go pee, where you go poo, all the kind of horrible things, torture. So
Wow.
Yeah, and people die at the ripe old age of like 26.
30 for lucky, So,
Now,
all the-
I did a film, and I really liked this guy. I met him at AOF, and he was telling me about his film, and I hadn't had a chance to watch it, so he sent me a Vimeo link to it, and it was like at the end of the night at AOF where everybody's just drinking and stuff like that. And it was a medieval film, and the very, very, very first scene of the entire film is a medieval woman screwing her, she was like a queen or something, duchess, screwing her page. Very first scene is this giant, like, focus frame on this woman, and she's got the most obvious fake breasts I've ever seen in my entire existence, and I couldn't watch the rest of the film, man. I'm like, you just blew the entire world for me, man. I'm like these are like, it's a period piece, man. Why are you sticking a woman that's got like giant fake breasts as the one girl in the very first scene of the film that's got no shirt on?
Because that's what sells.
Find one that doesn't have breasts, man. Obvious fake breasts. Find a woman that had like genuine breasts, like literally.
Maybe they were saggy, so
The first one has to sell.
I don't know, man, but I was like, I can't watch this, dude. It blew my mind, man. But
What was the title of this movie?
I don't want to say, because I think you might know it, and a few other people I think that know me might know it. So I don't want to.
Okay, write it to me. Write it down.
Here, it's. I think it was this. Oh, wait,
And
hold
I will
on.
say, can I say it?
No.
Oh, this one. Okay. Yeah, I understand.
Okay, we're all in the dark now. That's not.
I know exactly, and I
There's
know
a lot of Hollywood secrets. This is how it starts.
I just
I
get
agree.
like the producer's girlfriend or wife or someone that they do.
No. It's I'll explain to you later. I know the guy, so.
Yeah, so I was just like, and I love the guy that I was talking to. I think he was with the lead in it, and he was very cool spirit, very great guy, nice guy that we got along with. I got along
With the beard.
That was, I was like, holy crap, dude! I hope he never asked me what I thought of that film.
Yeah, I know the guy. I'll write it to you right now. And the funny part is,
Yeah, I remember the guy. I was gonna say. Oh, you're talking about the director?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
terrible.
was talking to the lead actors, the guy I knew, but
Okay.
I think, yeah. But anyway,
Yeah, it's terrible, that movie. You're absolutely right.
great thing to ask. What, as a child, or when you were younger, what was a big
I am a child.
question that sent you down the road to pursue what you pursued? We'll start with Sherrie, because Sherrie loves questions.
I suck at these questions.
And I love it that Sherrie comes onto a talk show and she's going to, you're asking me questions, man. Oh my God.
Okay, well, I mean, you got to know. since I was 5, I wanted to be a teacher. Okay, and I became a teacher for 25.
Well, I know,
years.
and you did that for a long time. I know, yeah.
For 25 years, I've only been an actress for a year and a half.
So I know, but what
And
something inspired you to want to pursue that? So
not as a child. This was
no, I
something
know,
that
but
recently
a
happened.
year, 2 years ago, something inspired you to want to pursue it. So what was it?
2 years ago, a teacher friend of mine was doing some acting, and I asked him how he got into it, and he got me in a class. And then I loved it, and I pursued it, and I did fairly well at it, and then I just quit my job and continued to act.
Sherrie, please tell me, what grade did you teach?
High school.
Please tell me, as a high school teacher, you did not wear dresses like that to teach. Because that's just like corrupting our youth, man. I'm telling you. It's just like I would not be listening to any single thing. If I was a 16-year-old kid, I would not be paying attention to one word out of your mouth.
Well,
if you were wearing that dress trying to teach me.
Now that I don't have to be the teacher, I can be who I am, and I can wear what I want, right?
No, I mean, literally though, I would have been like, what did she said the last half hour? I don't know.
So, I mean, quite honestly, like these questions, I mean, I'm new to film, I'm new to directors, I'm new to the whole gamut, okay?
Yeah, but everybody, you don't have to be a filmmaker or a director to have an actor you like or to have a director you like.
Right, but I'm not skilled yet, okay?
You know, I mean, because I had films that inspired me when I was a little kid, and I wasn't a filmmaker or writer at that point yet.
I didn't view films like that, though. Like, I'm starting to look at everything at a totally different perspective than I did 2 years ago.
Certainly, but I still had films that I just thought, like, I remember Time Bandits when I was like, Max, when was that film? Terry Gilliam's Time Bandits. That was like early 80s, right? Late 70s, early 80s?
I liked
Yeah, and I remember seeing that, and I was just like, this is the most awesome thing I've ever seen, man. That was so, like, brilliant, you know what I mean? Like, the whole concept. And I wasn't even thinking about, I was thinking about puberty. I wasn't thinking about being a filmmaker or a writer yet, but I went, man, this is awesome. This thing. And I remember watching it, and then I think I went and watched it 2 more times. This is when you were
I was into the whole
patience to sit in a movie theater for like.
and
Look at that little cutie.
oh, cat and a cat.
It's the same.
Little cutie cats. Come here, Lo.
That cat was like, "Oh my god, what are you doing to me?" his eyes were like.
Lola does the same thing. Okay, so Max, what was your inspiring moment that caused you to pursue?
And actually, I have the answer for it because I've been asked this a lot. I was 13. I was in Italy. I watched The Hills Have Eyes with Michael Berryman.
Oh, that's a great horror movie.
Yes, and when I watched that movie, I wanted to meet that actor, and actually, he's one of my best friends right now. And that will inspire me to become a director. To be honest.
I thought the first Silent Hill was also good.
JDD's a cat.
So.
No, I got a dog. I'm good.
I have a dog too.
I have 2 cats. The other one is here.
Easier.
No, The Hills Have Eyes and Silent Hill, the first one, I thought were both great horror films.
I love that movie. That inspired me to be a director.
Oh wow!
Is that dog and cat going at it? Is that round 1?
Yeah.
Do your dog and cat get along?
Well, we got 2 dogs, 2 cats.
Well, all of you got dogs and cats, because I saw a dog.
2 cats. Oh, 2 cats. No, 2 cats.
Oh, was that a cat way back there?
It was a cat. The big one is there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Just lounging around.
Lane.
Let's see.
My doggy's on the floor. I don't know if you can see her.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a golden retriever.
Golden retriever. Yeah. She's
okay. So here is. What do you think? Now I'm trying to figure out a question that Sherrie feels comfortable with having some answer for it because. Well, because I can't get too intricate into film or anything like that because you're not going to feel comfortable with. I mean,
what's your favorite color? No.
Pink.
Yeah.
Pink, black. Okay, done.
Okay, so
Simple,
here's the question. What do you foresee? What I've noticed is there's a broadening of expectation and understanding in our leadership roles in this country, where 30 years ago we
Are you asking me about politics?
they did. And nowadays with the internet and all that stuff, it's pretty much, you know, full blast 24 hours a day. But I think there's an expectation, whether you're Republican, whether you're Democrat, whether you're liberal, whether you're independent, whatever it is, there's an expectation, I think, of a more opening awareness from our leadership and how would you say that? A veil of transparency that people want. Where do you foresee that actually happening in the next 10, 15 years, that our leadership, the old establishment, is going to be moving out and you're going to have a younger, new, different viewpoint coming in? And we'll start with Sherrie.
What do you think?
Answer this question. You don't have to talk specifics. You don't have to talk. I don't care about Democrat, Republican, any of that stuff. I'm just talking as a general question. Huh?
Oh my God. Why don't you ask me like to translate something into Spanish or something?
No, it's just the general. I don't want to get into specific politicians. I don't want to get into any of that. I'm just talking a general thing. Do you see changing of the guard happening in the next 15, 20 years with a different mentality? Sherrie, I'm waiting on you.
I'm going to tell you that having lived in other countries and having seen other governments, I don't necessarily approve of the way that we run things here, but I feel like it's very hard to make a change unless that's your platform in life. Like, unless you're dedicating yourself to that actual cause, I think it's very hard. So do I think there's going to be a change? I don't know. There could be a civil war.
Oh, now you're getting hefty. Now you're getting hefty. You're bringing like civil war. Oh my God.
There could be a lot of things. I think, you know what? I was taught to learn from history, and we should learn from other countries, but too many people don't even live in another country long enough to understand their government. Like, you can't just study it, you have to live it. And I think having lived in other countries, that I feel other countries really know what they're doing compared to the United
Well, they're
States.
also like 20 times older than our country.
Exactly. Well, that's my point. That's my point.
Yeah, and so we should learn from them, because the simple fact, I just, the
our
U.S.
country is
arrogance is
extremely-
running out of air,
Our country is
inflatable air.
extremely selfish. Like, it's selfish so much, and so that we don't even recycle because we have so many places to dump our stuff. You know, like, it's so deep that, and we have such a melting pot in our country of different religion, culture. Like, it's just, I think, too vague to even try and.
Although I think a lot of Europe has become a melting pot as well. I think there's a lot of European.
No, but their countries are much smaller than ours are, so that makes it different.
True, but they're like, those
most
countries,
part-
their government's like 2,000 years old. So I mean, you know what I mean? As opposed,
Right, but it works. Let's say when I lived in Germany, you know, the majority of them are all the same religion. They've all lived in the same house for 30, 40 years. They live with their cousins, their aunts, their uncles. They take care of each other. It's just a different way of life. And I think if everybody had to live in a different culture for at least 6 months, they would have more of an appreciation for how our government should be. Right now, I think we're just way too selfish.
Well, that's how we've always been.
Agreed, I think. But Max, what about you?
About me, okay. All right. So what I'm seeing is the new generation are idiots. I'm sorry if millennials listening to me. I don't care. I am not PC at all, and I'm seeing
neither am I.
if these people will go in the government, will be you can't smile because you offend this guy. You cannot tip your hat because you offend this girl. You cannot put a hand on the shoulder. Will be like this. So it will be a mess.
Yeah.
So, and it's getting so stupid that nowadays you cannot even have sex scene in a movie because that's Me Too movement is becoming, of course, Me Too movement always choose what's good and what's good for them and what's bad for them.
I hate to break it to them though, because I'm going to still have a sex scene in the movie.
Yeah, but it becomes a problem now. As you can see, Netflix, as there's no sex scene, now you cannot even get the kiss if you have to sell the
Well, I don't know. Have you watched Gray Shades?
Yeah, but 1 over 3,000. So, I'm just saying.
Because that's like literal porn, dude.
Yeah, but 1 over 3,000. That's
you just got to write a Danielle Steele novel, and then you can throw all sorts of nakedness in.
I think we're going backwards as society,
We are.
especially in the US. And with the new generation, we'll destroy all the comedians because they cannot make jokes anymore. So
which is pretty funny because of Richard Pryor, because of Eddie Murphy, because of whatever, their racy jokes moved forward the fight against racism.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I was watching this
without those guys like Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy and all those guys. It wouldn't have become okay to talk about all that kind of stuff. Comedy hours blew it all out of the place that people around the water cooler would be talking about.
A lawsuit and having money. That's what it's
exactly.
about.
I'm right there 100% with you. I am totally against this eggshell walk society that we've become where no one's allowed to ever be offended ever.
No. I am against peace at all. I say what I have to say.
My thing is the opposite. Grow some thicker skin.
I want to say another word, but yes.
Yeah, because the world, regardless of you wanting to paint it an eggshell walk, the world is not an eggshell walk. So trying to live in some delusional world where no one's ever offended will only get you shot in a back alley and no one talks about it because they're not allowed.
But mostly is in the US. In Europe, no. But mostly is in the US,
right.
Which is really
He's
sad.
right.
So
again,
I'm from Italy.
Quit teaching. You can't scold a child for doing anything wrong. Everybody.
Yeah, personally, I'm not going to go in my film career like that. I'm not going to sit there and I'm going to tell my story. I'm not going to worry about who it offends. If you don't go watch
Be yourself.
I was working with a black actor in lockdown, so I was making a racist joke with him. He was laughing, and the white guys, Max, you can't say that. Of course I can say that. He's laughing. He can't say a joke about Italian. He can call me Guinea. I don't care. Yeah, it's a joke.
Yeah,
call it. So.
It's just way too oversensitive, dude.
It is. I'm sick and tired of it. So.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I agree with you 100%.
I'm all about everybody.
It's just going to take people that with ability to do something about it, whether it be filmmakers or whatever it is, to change that dynamic, to speak out against it, to say, hey.
Yeah, but they don't go to see your movies anymore.
Things like Weinstein and stuff like that, those guys should go to jail. Those guys were doing like casting couch crap for decades.
But it's always been, I don't know why. I'm not against Weinstein, and I'm not pro. I'm just being the devil's advocate. That has been done for years. Why now they're talking about it?
Decades and decades since Hollywood existed.
Yeah. So why they're talking now? Because why? They're not working anymore? So they have someone to blame? Let's say this. Let's do a practical example. Weinstein is telling Asia Argento, that's why I was shocked to see her in the movie Triple X, to be in a movie. She was in the movie, but he asked her something and she said yes. So who's to blame? She or him? The guy said,
to blame. I would say it's like one-sided. Is when you got like film actors drugging women and stuff.
You know what? There are also no physical proof against Weinstein. Just hearsay. She said that.
Uma. You're talking about Uma.
So where is the proof?
A lot of people said that they knew that about Weinstein.
But they knew, but they were doing it. They were doing it.
The actors
they get pissed off 20 years later. They get pissed off 20 years later. The actress become famous and then they sue the guy. It doesn't work that way.
Well,
if you have a moral stand saying, I don't want to do it, I'll sue you now. You don't wait 20 years, you get famous, and then you sue someone. It doesn't work that way.
Well, and that's what's going on with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Absolutely.
Johnny Depp was kicked off of Pirates of the Caribbean for what Amber Heard was saying about him, and saying that he was beating her up and he was physically abusive to her and mentally abusive. Except it was the other way around. and now a lot of people, and she was saying that the Me Too movement, like you were saying, but now a lot of people the light is being shed upon that situation, and a lot of people are joining Johnny Depp, and
of course,
because of what Amber Heard, they're realizing that Amber Heard's crap spewing out of her mouth.
Of course. Like the last case right now about the female actress who joined the cult. They were having the female sex.
Oh, yeah, from Superman TV show?
Yes. The Me Too movement didn't say anything about that. How strange it is.
Yeah, where she was basically drugging chicks and fucking...
Yes, because she's a female.
So to go have sex.
Yeah, because she's a female, so the Me Too movement didn't say anything. But if it was the other way around, if it was a guy doing that, Satan, and all that stuff.
Well, hey, what was that well-known rapper, man, that basically like straight up said, I used to work at a strip club and I used to drug dudes and rob them.
Yeah, was like Cardi B or something.
Big rapper, whatever, female rapper. And I'm like, if a guy had said that, if a guy had said in an interview, I used to drug women and rob them.
Jail. So,
yeah, I think it's equal both sides. If you're gonna
absolutely,
man, woman doesn't matter. If you do,
absolutely, that's what I'm saying. Absolutely, you made a mistake. Why the Me Too movement choose?
Wasn't that what the whole feminist movement was about? Equal rights, equal held responsibility.
Yeah, was.
Yeah.
In the 70s, in the 60s.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, to me, it's all the way across. You got to.
I'm exactly like you. Make a mistake, you pay for it, male or female.
Everything for everybody.
Yeah. Male or female.
No, believe me, I was raised by all like strong women only, so I have a big respect for strong women.
Of course.
But I hate backdoor shady shit, whether it's a woman or a man.
Me too. But anyway, we're going in another way. Okay, let's talk about movies.
Okay.
Going down a rabbit hole.
No, I know we both get passionate and have not a lot of PC skill sets. Hey, Sherrie, what would this is towards the end of the show, and what I like to do at the end of the show is I like to have you
sing a song
to a young you. And so, Sherrie, I want you to look at the camera and I want you to give advice to a young you just starting out, and how they should go about life and what they should do about life. Now, Mark, put the little green thing on her.
So I'm talking to a young me.
A young you just starting.
I would say be confident. Always be yourself. Be true to yourself. Follow everything your heart desires and don't ever look back and never have anxiety over it. Just jump because your heart knows exactly what it wants.
I think that's brilliant advice unless you're standing at the edge of a cliff, then maybe don't jump.
Huh?
I said unless you're standing at the edge of a cliff, then maybe don't jump. But I think that's great advice.
If I could say anything to myself, I would say be a game changer. Don't follow society because then you'll never make anything of yourself. People who do things on their own differently, those are the ones who make it. The ones that follow their heart and the society.
Be your own drummer.
Society. Be your own self. Don't just because somebody says this is what you're supposed to do, maybe question it. Think out of the box. Well, why am I doing that?
No, I mean,
doing it.
The biggest success stories in our life, if they had actually listened to what everyone told them they should do, they would have never actually gotten there. So.
Exactly. They live in the same house for 20 years. They have the same job for 50 years. They retire. Boring.
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, I'm glad I learned this lesson like 5 years ago.
Well, that's good. It's never too late to learn any lesson in life.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree.
Years, but the day I don't think I can get better and keep getting better and keep getting more skilled at what I do is the day I should stop doing it. So
right. I tell my friends if I decide I want to wear a piece of paper on my head today and you don't like it, I don't care. Like that's what I'm doing today. I'm wearing a piece of paper on my head. I'm making a statement.
Max is supporting you in your endeavor of paper.
There you go.
There now is going to be a whole movement across the nation of people wearing
paper head movement.
If that's who I want to be, that's what I'm going to be,
Hey, Sherrie, keep dancing to your own drummer, man. Keep doing it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Max, what about you? Advice to your younger self.
Dear Max, buy Google stocks. That's it.
Hot tub time machine.
That's it. That's
Amazon.
all the advice I have to give myself. That's it. I'm done. I always believed in myself. I always done what I wanted to do. I left Italy by myself without knowing anybody, and I went to US. I lived in 7 different countries, so I always wanted to do what I wanted to do. And of course, things went bad. Life is like a roller coaster; it goes up and down. But at least you're doing a job that you like. So
yeah, and you learn lessons. Sometimes the best by following.
Every day you learn a lesson. Right now we learn a lesson too. So every day you learn something.
Yeah, that wearing paper on your head is a new fashion statement.
Yeah, and to buy Google stock, or Amazon stock back in the days. So, yeah.
Next French modeling walkway show, you're going to see people walking around with paper on their head.
I want to see a photo with you with paper on your head.
You want to see a photo of me with my 3 chest hairs? What'd you say?
That's not
paper on your head. Like
hey,
this.
I'm proud of my 3 chest hairs, man. I'm proud of them.
That's the new fashion statement.
I grew more than 3, but 3 was all I got, so I just went with it.
You pluck it.
Yeah. Hey, and I'm not even like a water polo guy. Hey, you guys, it's been amazing having you, and anyone that's watching or will watch it or any of those things. These are 2 amazing spirits, Sherrie and Max. Within the next few days, Mark will, in the description, add ways of getting a hold of them or supporting them in their endeavors or their dreams or aspirations. Max, you have to go through a 3-level security clearance before you actually.
I've only 10 spots left on my Facebook, so I have 10 friends available.
Yeah, I maxed out too, man. I think I have like 10 spots left or something. I'm sorry.
I don't
hey,
have friends.
Federico in India, I'm sorry I keep denying you a friend request, dude. my last few spots, buddy. Sorry.
Block.
I'm talking to you, the guy with 1 mutual friend that I don't even know either, that keeps sending a friend request from India. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to keep declining you. Nothing personal. It's the way life rolls. Okay. You guys, we have amazing guests. Of course, always my co-host, Mark Potter. We're going to take next week off. Federico, are you reading Max's message to you? Need some advice, buddy.
I love you, man.
Taking next week off. We're going to have great guests, some super experienced and accomplished horror actress. I'm going to bring in 2 weeks, and I'm going to add another great guest with her. So we're taking next week off. In 2 weeks, we'll be back with episode 18, and we're going to make it our horror-themed episode. So come back, support us, support Max, support Sherrie. Support Mark in his ever endeavor to be able to wield 2 lightsabers at the same time.
I will do that though.
And then, come on, don't lie to yourself, Mark. Stop. And then, of course, Lola Bear, and then the lovely kittens that they have. Anyway, big love to y'all. You've been watching StormCrow, Dreamers Talking to Dreamers. And remember, Mark, send us out with those reels again.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, big love to everybody. You guys are going to rock it, kill it, and accomplish whatever your dreams are. Max is going to make amazing films. Sherrie's going to be in amazing films. Max is going to star in his own film next year in just a sumo thong, so it's going to be amazing to watch.
Wow.
Hopefully.
Yeah. He's even going to add a sumo stomp to it. You're not going to want to miss it. Tell him. Anyway, big love to everybody. Blessings. Take us on out, Mark, with their reels.
All right.
Ciao.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I can't express to you how important this phone call is to all of us. I need everybody on their A game, okay? Good morning, Mr. Ochoa.
Buenos días, estoy muy ansioso de escuchar lo que ha preparado su equipo.
Un momento, por favor. Please tell me that somebody here knows Spanish.
You can take the paper, tuck the sadness inside it like this, and fold it up tight. And sometimes, when you pause to think about it, the sadness isn't that bad. Sadness is a difficult thing, but that doesn't mean we can't make something beautiful out of it. As a mother of 4 children, 2 of my children needed help. And I was a single parent, and had I had a family like this, would have been really helpful.
Well, hello to all of you, my lovely employees. As your boss, I've noticed there's been a little bit of a lull around here, a little bit of a humdrum. So here I am today with some different beers that we will sample. Actually, I'd like each of you to meet my best friend, John. He's going to help us with the taste testing and ask you a few questions about the beer. Hey, about time you called. Did you get the money? Alicia? Contéstame. Sorry. For what? ¿Qué pasó? Listen to me. Please just come home. Escúchame. Gordo y Ángel, they need you. They need their tía. Alicia, please just come home. Oh, hey.
Morning, ma'am. My name is Sherrie Prose, and I'm from the...
You can save the song and dance. Can I just have the paperwork, please?
Sure thing.
All right, so... Wait, I think there's an error here. This says allergen-free. I didn't order allergen-free. I think it's the wrong order. Yeah, it says right here, allergen-free. You're not going to charge me extra, are you?
Can you call this? Oh, I think I gave the other package to the party people.
Are you kidding me? Do you know how dangerous that is?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Falcon Air Flight 88.
What's on your mind?
Have you actually stopped to consider that we're dealing with something supernatural?
Sit back, relax.
I'd be lying if I denied it, but I'm still trying to figure this out in the real world.
And enjoy the ride.
If I want to take this plane, I'll just take it.
I don't want to die. Please don't let it have me.
Death is here. It's on board this plane, and it's coming after every one of us. It swallows its victims, it devours them, and they live in its hell forever. And you, my little bitch, are next.
The nome, Patri, Filii, Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
Can I help you, officer?
Surprise.
This is FBI Special Agent Roger Kincaid.
I will start killing these people one by one every hour. You got that, amigo?
A rapist. A serial murder. And a paranoid schizophrenic. What a fucking mess.
I'm in charge. Do you understand that? We can't make it. It's over.